You don't realize it yet, but the internet as you know it just died. For 25 years, one company owned the gateway to human knowledge. One company decided what you bought, what you read, and what you believed. That company was Google. But as we sit here in 2026, the empire is bleeding. The search bar, that simple white box that built a $2 trillion monopoly, has become a ghost town. And the reason isn't that we stopped asking questions. It's that we finally found someone else to give us the answers. See, Google made a fatal mistake. They thought they were in the search business. They weren't. They were in the attention tax business. And in 2026, the tax man has finally come for them. Today, I'm going to reveal the secret internal panic at Alphabet, how the rise of generative agents turned their business model into a liability, and why the Google graveyard is about to claim its biggest victim yet, Google itself. This is the story of how the king of the internet lost its crown in record time. To understand why Google is failing, you have to understand how they actually make money. It's not through innovation. It's through ads. 80% of their revenue comes from those little links at the top of your search results. But here's the problem with AI. AI gives you the answer directly. It doesn't give you 10 blue links. It doesn't give you a reason to scroll. And if you don't scroll, you don't see ads. And if you don't see ads, the money disappears. In 2024, Google tried to fight back with Search Generative Experience. They tried to put AI at the top, but they quickly realized they were cannibalizing their own gold mine. If the AI gives you the perfect recipe for pasta, you don't click on the food blog. If you don't click on the blog, that creator goes out of business. And if the creators die, the internet that Google indexes dies with them. It's a digital suicide pact. By early 2026, this loop has reached a breaking point. But it's not just the business model. It's the trust deficit. For years, Google search has been getting worse. We all felt it. The first page became a minefield of sponsored content, SEO-optimized garbage, and people also asked boxes that led nowhere. In 2026, the power user has moved on. We don't Google things anymore. We ask our autonomous agents. We ask specialized LLMs that don't try to sell us insurance when we're looking for historical facts. Google's response: more ads, more tracking, more desperation. They turn their most valuable asset into a digital billboard, and in doing so, they broke the one thing that made them great: utility. When a tool stops being useful and starts being annoying, it's only a matter of time before it's replaced. And the replacement didn't come from a startup in a garage. It came from a shift in how humans interact with machines. While the engineers are panicking about AI, the lawyers are panicking about the Department of Justice. In late 2025, a landmark ruling changed everything. The secret multi-billion-dollar deals that made Google the default search engine on your iPhone and your browser? Illegal. Suddenly, Google had to compete on a level playing field for the first time in 2 decades. Without the default status, their traffic plummeted. Millions of users discovered that other options were not just as good, but better. This created a hole in Alphabet's balance sheet that even YouTube couldn't fill. And speaking of YouTube, even the video giant is feeling the heat. Short-form content and AI-generated entertainment are fragmenting the audience. The search giant is being attacked from every single angle, and for the first time in history, they don't have an answer. If you want to know if a company is dying, don't look at the stock price. Look at the parking lot. In 2026, the brightest minds in Silicon Valley are no longer dreaming of a job at Google. They see it as a legacy corporation, a place where ideas go to die in committee meetings. The 20% time that created Gmail is gone, replaced by a culture of don't get sued and keep the stock price up. The engineers who built the original Google brain have left. They've started their own AI labs, or they've joined the rivals. This brain drain is the silent killer. You can have all the data in the world, but if you don't have the visionaries to use it, you're just a very expensive library with no librarian. Google is trying to buy back its talent, but you can't buy back passion with stock options that are trending sideways. So, what's the lesson here for you? Whether you're an investor, a creator, or just someone who uses the internet, the lesson is that no monopoly is permanent. The bigger they are, the harder they fall when the underlying technology shifts. Google built the map of the world, but the world changed its geography. In 2026, we are entering the post-search era, an era where information is fluid, personal, and instant. Google is trying to reinvent itself as an AI-first company, but they are carrying the weight of a trillion-dollar advertising machine on their back. It's hard to fly when you're tied to a mountain of old money. Is this the end of Alphabet? Probably not. They have too much cash to just vanish. But the Google we knew, the company that defined the internet, is officially a relic of the past. The question now is, what takes its place? And are you ready for an internet where the answers aren't sold to the highest bidder? This is the most significant shift in business history since the Industrial Revolution. And we are just at the beginning. If you want to stay ahead of the next empire to fall, you need to be here every week. We don't just follow the news, we decode the future. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, and tell me in the comments. When was the last time you actually found what you were looking for on Google? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.